Hey, what's up, on Code Family? It's your man, Elder Eli L. And today, we're going to continue with the Today in Black History series. And like I said, every day this week, not every day this week, but every day this month, going forward, I'm going to show you guys another book about black history, or a book that was significant to the culture of black history. And today, the book I'm going to show y'all today is called... I'm going to go with this one right here. Y'all see it. Now, this is a comic book, but at the same time, this comic book is addressing a very serious issue. And the issue they're addressing is the riot in Attica in 1971. You feel me? Now, I saw the documentary, and as a child, it was all over the news. So, I'm not back in 1971. I was, real young still, maybe about 4 or 5 years old. So I didn't understand everything was going on. I just seen that the people that were imprisoned, they were rioting against the system, but they called it a rebellion. And the thing about this riot in Attica, especially you watch the documentary, please watch the documentary, because it shows so much more light on it than what they showed in the mainstream media. But this was about Big Black Smith, Frank Big Black Smith, Big Black Stand at Attica. Now, this gentleman, he made a stand, and a lot of other people made a stand as well. It wasn't just about black people. It was blacks, whites, Puerto Ricans, everybody who was locked up inside Attica. They all said they had enough. They had got abused. Some of them was getting killed by the guards. And, in Attica, New York, it was a small town, and everybody in the town basically worked for the prison, just like it is now. Most prisons you go to, it's in a small town, and everybody in the town works for the prison one way or another. And there's not really too much representation, depending on where you live at, of black people who are going to look at you as human beings and not subpar human beings. And that's not just black and white, but that's just, across the board. And, a person such as myself, I've been incarcerated, so I know how it goes in these small towns, and I know how people treat people in these prisons. But this book and the documentary that go along with it is awesome. And one of the things that got me was that, how they treated them and how they killed so many of the prisoners. And then also, once, they started the riots and everything, or the rebellion, and all they wanted was just treated decently. You know what I'm saying? And show them that they had some respect as human beings. They knew they was criminals. They knew they had committed crimes. A lot of them, and I ain't gonna say I hate to say it, but a lot of black people that go to prison really haven't committed a lot of crimes. It was just their turn. They got picked that day to go to prison. You feel what I'm saying? Or go to jail or get arrested. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of them do. But it was a young gentleman in this book, and if you watch the documentary, he was only there for like maybe a couple months, if that. But he was very articulate, and he spoke up for the prisoners when they got time to talk on TV. So the guards, when they came in, and the state troopers came in, and the National Guard, they was only supposed to go in and make them surrender and everything, but they ended up killing they ended up killing a lot of people, black and white, and they killed all the guards, most of the guards anyway. But they blamed it on the prisoners. But once they did the autopsies, they had bullet wounds. They were shot by the guards and the state troopers and the National Guard. So when Big Black, they did this documentary, man, they did the book, I think it was right on, it was spot on, and it's just showing the brutality. Now this is just one of the pages of how they showed when they finally came with the helicopters, and how they just straight start opening fire on people. You feel me? So this story is going a little longer than normal, but But it was an uprising, man, that need to be discussed. And a lot of times people, some people nowadays are visual, so they want to see it. You feel me? And that's how it was at Attica. Now this picture here got most of y'all the black guys on it. But like I said, Attica was black, white, and everything else. And once they did surrender, the police tortured them. Man, they tortured them, did them dirty. You know what I'm saying? They had them hemmed up. They messed around, and they was, cutting off their genitals. They was beating them in their genitals with shotguns. They made them walk through the halls on broken glass, butt naked, made them crawl on their stomachs and stuff. They did them dirty, man. You know what I'm saying? And America just turned a blind eye to the situations. You feel me? So if you got any loved ones that's, incarcerated, you got, anybody that's behind enemy lines, reach out to them, man, show them some love, because, it don't stop, man. This was just the start of one of the rebellions, one of the revolutions that happened in the state penitentiaries. And this your man, Elder Eli L. Too Black, baby. We won't stop, we can't stop. And all my soldiers out there who survived Attica, black and white and Puerto Rican, I salute y'all, man. Because, like I said, I've been behind walls. I know how them people do you. I haven't been in situations like this, but I know what it's like. So this is another day in Black history. Don't forget Attica, because it can happen again, and it will happen again. We on code, baby. Love.